Okay, so I got a bleep. I got a green to red. I'm just having a cold one. I got a pick. I got a guitar. So that means a guitar video, but I'm going to talk about, as it says in the title, I was a hypnotist's stooge. I'll go into that. Yeah, I just watched a bit of, well, just the back end of a programme, and it was called Happy Campers. It's got this holiday park, and that's quite interesting. And like I say, I just caught the last, I think, quarter of an hour of it, something like that. And they've got some new act on stage, and he's a comedy hypnotist. And it's exactly what I was a stooge, a hypnotist's stooge, and I'll tell you how it works, or how this act worked. When I was in BMS in Rill, which I've talked about, the madhouse, BMS Motor Spares, it was a car shop, a car parts shop in Rill, and my mate Simon, he was always into, he was, one minute he was a magician, the next minute he was something else, and he thought of this idea of being a hypnotist, and he called himself Barry Lee. And I was his stooge, but no one knew that. But we went round the clubs and venues and stuff like that. He'd arrived there, and I'd arrived totally separate, and I go to the bar and what have you, and have a cold one, as you do, just like I was a normal, nothing to do with the act, and I'd be standing there, like, then he'd come on stage, Barry Lee, something or other, and the music would be playing and stuff. You'd have someone with him. He'd have doing the music and stuff. Could have some volunteers, please. Who wants to be hypnotised? And volunteers, and I'd finish my drink, and I'd go like I was just a normal, spectator type of thing, nothing to do with the act. So I'd go up on stage, and he'd have a row of chairs, just like it was on this programme I just watched. And then he'd say, "Now I want you to just relax, everyone just relax," and we'd all be in a row, and I'd be mixed up with them. The others, like I say, they were just ordinary spectators. I was the only one, but no one knew that I was connected with the act. I was a stooge. I want you to just relax, sit and close your eyes, and just relax. He'd go, and I was always the first one, and he'd come from behind, this Simon, Barry Lee, and he touched me on the shoulder, and he says, "When you hear this music," and it was always dee-dee, dee-dee, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, dee-dee, dee-dee, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, orchestral music, classical music. "When you hear this played," he says, "you'll think that you are a high-profile, a very famous conductor." I was always the conductor, and I was supposed to be like that, And he'd go to the next one. One was a sergeant major, and he had loads of, like he'd say, you'd have about 6 to 8 people on stage. I was always the conductor. And then he'd say, "Right, open your eyes," and this and that. And then he'd come to me with his mic, because like you say, when I hear that music, I'm going to be a famous conductor. So I'd be, "Oh, what's your name?" "Oh, Graham." "Yeah, and what do you do?" "Oh, I work in a car parts shop," and he's talking to me. Next minute, this music would suddenly come on, dee-dee, 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 and I'd jump up. It'd be like that, conducting. Everyone bursts out laughing, dee-dee, 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 and then it would abruptly stop the music, and I'd be like as if to say, "What's happened?" type of thing, and he'd say, okay, just sit down, you're fine, I'll talk to someone else or something. And then he'd go to the next one, say he was something sergeant major or something like that. And then he'd be talking to them. So, what's your name? What do you do? Or something. And whatever music he'd told them to react to would suddenly start playing. And they're going to think, well, hang on, if I don't do anything, he's done it. So they can think, I better do something. So he would do whatever the music was, or whatever he told him to do. And then the music would stop and, okay, sit down, okay, thank you. No worries, sit down or something. Then you go to the next one. And it used to work. That's how it used to work. And like I say, I used to start it off. I used to go to the third one, and whatever music he told them that was going to react to, he'd be talking to them. Oh, what's your name? Oh, yeah. And what do you do for a living? Something. And their music would start, and they'd be thinking, well, hang on. He's done the conductor, and he's done all this, and the one next to me, he's done it. I better do it, because it's going to make them look a bit stupid, isn't it? So they do whatever reaction, whatever he's told them that he's going to be to reaction to that music. And it used to work. You didn't do it for very long. But you get howls of laughter. And that's how you look, because I started it off. And then every other person that he said to, and the music would start, and they're going to think, hang on, I better do it, Otherwise it makes them look a bit daft. You did it, well, we did it for, I don't know, 6 months, something like that. And I think he decided to be something else then. But I always remember that, and watching that programme, it reminded me of it. He named himself Barry Lee, and that's what he was, like a comedy hypnotist. And we went to get publicity photos. We went to the Grand Theatre in Llandudno, and Alex Monroe was there. Mr. Llandudno, they used to call him, didn't they? He's a right character. Alex Monroe. And if you've ever watched Holiday on the Buses, whenever there was a scene of it in the clinic with the nurse, and Jack was always in, Alex Monroe, he was the fella I think he had a grey coat and a black beret, and that was Alex Monroe. He had a part in Holiday on the Buses. That was Alex Monroe. And he could talk. He was a right character. He had some tales. So we did some publicity shots on the stage. I actually took the photos of him posing Simon, Barry Lee and that. But yeah, that was the Grand Theatre, Alex Monroe, Mr. Llandudno used to call him. So that's it, yeah, the good old days. That would be the early 80s. So yeah, just thought I'd have a bit of a natter. I was a hypnotist stooge, and that's how it used to work.